Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trendscenter app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trendscenter app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. Okay. We're here. We're back. It's Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday, brought to you by the Trend Center. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Really appreciate it. Go ahead, drop a like, drop a comment. Anything really helps us out. Let's check in with the boys. Let's start the episode off with a happy note. Christopher, how are you doing this fine evening?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Last 24 hours have been pretty sweet. Vols got a natty. I said I wasn't sure if I would count this as one of my championships, or as my first championship, I should say. Like I said that like I have cases full of trophies. But after sleeping out for 24 hours, I'm going to count it. So cheers, boys.
Cheers, Chris.
Oh my God.
Go Vols.
Where did you get that?
Liquor store. Where's one buy champagne?
Well, did you have that the whole time?
Yeah, you were down here talking to me. It was sitting in my feet.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I didn't go exactly as I wanted. I told Will this like a couple seconds ago. I was going to like pop the cork up a little bit. That way, like when Will was like, so how you doing, Chris? I could just pop it when he said that. But when I was just going to like open it a little bit, it all just came out. And I was like, okay, well, that kind of takes the piss out of it.
It happens. Sometimes you pop too early.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Sometimes, all the time, yeah.
Yeah, it happens to everyone, yeah.
But, yeah, not me because I'm so good at sex.
I'm very good at opening champagne bottles.
But no, it's life's pretty good for Chris. So cheers, boys.
Cheers. It's the college baseball championship. That's a good starter championship.
Yeah.
If you're taking an inventory of this sports in general, of hopefulness to win others. Let's see. Do I want to say stuff, or who's more sad? Is it me or Sean? It's probably me. Yeah, you're probably sad. All right, so I'm not as sad as Sean, but I am sad. I lost my Edmonton Oilers future in quite possibly the most heartbreaking way. I had all the hope. They literally came back from 3-0 in the series. It gave me all the hope in the world. It's game 7. Anyone can win. Why not them? Why not 4 in a row? Why not reverse sweep? That was just like the longest bet I've ever had going that had a chance of winning. At first it was when the season started, the Oilers, they sucked dick. They were terrible. Then they fired their coach and they got a new coach. And then they were the hottest team in the league. And they were great. And I was like, okay, my future's looking pretty good. Placed the future, obviously, right before the season started. I've never Never waited on something quite like that before. I've had like a college football future, but this is different. This is an 82 game schedule. This is 16 wins in the playoffs that they have to do. This was just different, man. And it's just brutal. They became the hottest team in the league, and then they hit the playoffs, and it was like, okay, they probably can't do it, because they didn't really have a goalie, but it just they got literally as close as you can without winning. They lost by
Yes.
1 in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and it was just brutal. And I was talking to Sean afterwards, and I was like, if this is way more heartbreaking if you're an Edmonton fan compared to what we went through when the Preds went into the Cup final.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like the goal that Hornquist scored, like, yeah, it was kind of bullshit, but like, and there was like a controversial call, but like this was just like, you get to the final, your dreams, they feel like they're all but crushed just 3 games in, and then they go on a heater, and they force a Game 7. You have literally all the hope in the world. I can't imagine the amount of hope that these Edmonton fans had. And then it was just fucking crushed, just destroyed. Connor McDavid, Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Evan Bouchard, and Matthias Ekholm were all on the ice for like the last 10 minutes of the whole game. Not like a single change. That's not too much of an exaggeration. I'm pretty sure Connor McDavid stayed out there for the last 15 minutes of the game, which is insane. And it's just like, dude, you got to get a change. Like, yeah, he's Connor McDavid, but he's also like kind of a human. We're more human than he is, but he's still a human. And so, God, it was just brutal. It was brutal. I was just watching it, just upset after the Panthers scored that second goal. I was like, it's over. This isn't happening. It's like halfway through the first period. And I'm like, this isn't happening. This is not gonna happen. No good things happen to me. But speaking of no good things happening, how are you, Sean? Sean, you're muted or you're not connected or
Sure
something.
am. I sure am. I'm good.
Okay.
Had a little coughing fit, so I had to mute myself. Yeah, I'm just peachy. Having surgery tomorrow on my shoulder. Getting that fixed. I came out of retirement from gambling for the Vols and Game 7. Buddy hit me up yesterday, was like, hey, I'm going to the bar, championship Monday. I was like, I'm there. Like, that'll be a good time. It's not a good time for me. He is also a Vols fan. I'm gonna bring it up now because I don't feel like we're gonna bring it up. But I had Vols -1.5. If you didn't know.
Yeah, I saw your message in the group chat. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna let you bring it up.
Yeah. I'm bringing it up now.
Yeah.
I do sympathize with you on that. That is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But top of the 9th, 2 outs, 4-6. What do they let him do? Score a meaningless run.
Yep.
As soon as that happened, I was like, there's no way the Oilers are winning this game. And then shortly after, I think the Panthers scored their second goal. And I was like, there's no fucking way the Oilers are winning this game. Kind of had a little epiphany when I was hanging with Will when I got home about gambling. I hate it. I just watched. I was at the bar with my friend who is a Vols fan, and I couldn't even enjoy his victory. Like I couldn't even be happy for him. I was upset that they didn't cover the 1.5 when they should have. But that's besides the point. I was upset that a team that has never won the Stanley Cup before won the Stanley Cup. I miss all these cool moments that turn into bad memories because of gambling. It sucks. And a good example of that, which I gave to Will, was the Hail Murray game. When we all had Buffalo money line. I don't know if all of us did, but I know I did. I think Chris did. I hate that play.
Oh,
that's one of the coolest. That's one of the coolest plays that has ever happened in like the past 10 years. It's like one of the coolest plays, and I hate it.
I will say I get the premise of that, but in this specific instance, I think I still would have hated that play because I hate Kyler Murray. So, like, I wouldn't hate it as much, no question. But the fact that they played it on that stupid Amazon advanced metrics commercial, like every other fucking commercial break the next season, I would have grown to hate it. Like I said, not as much, but I don't think I would look back at that play today and be like, oh yeah, that was cool. I would still hate it. But I do get your premise. It does ruin. Gambling does have the potential to ruin great moments. I counter that though. Yeah, the Oilers, if they would have won that game, they would have made history as well. And that would have made it, cashing a ticket would have made it even better. So it's
correct.
Like, it does suck, but also it could just make it that much cooler. So
well,
that's why they call it gambling.
But
you gamble.
Yeah, like that logic is sound, I guess, but it's still like I don't know. I don't think it's the exact same. It's like, there's added emotion to cool moments when you are gambling, but I don't think that really outweighs the cool moments you miss that you're mad at that ruins a game that you put money on. You know what I mean? Like,
I get that. There are definitely times though, like if I bet someone and they lose in spectacular fashion, excluding the Hail Murray because that was just soul crushing. But if you can kind of see like a cool moment coming, you're like, okay, I don't mind if this loses because something cool, like the sports fan in me, will get to witness something cool.
Sure.
Granted, that usually happens when I'm like doing really well and I'm like, I can afford a loss. But
yeah,
it feels like the general consensus of this panel right now is we all suck at gambling at the moment. So having a loss like that, it's like, I don't give a fuck if they've never won a cup before. I lost my bet.
I think there's levels to like losing because on one side it's like if you lose in a cool fashion, then it's kind of like, all right, that was pretty cool. But like if you lose in a not cool fashion, then it's a bad beat. And then it's just it's awful. It's terrible. It's the worst.
I mean, the way that I lost the Vols yesterday was totally not cool.
No, that is soul crushing because
that was a bad beat.
That run never should have happened. Like,
no,
the way he stole second on the Vols weren't going to even try to stop him because they didn't really to win that game. They didn't have to, and he stole third because the pitcher didn't know he was on second. So it wasn't like they moved him around the bases like with good hitting. He just he just stumbled his way there almost.
Yeah. that
So
pissed
no,
me
I
off.
do get that. That was if I were in your shoes, I'd be furious as well.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Good teams win, great teams cover. So, good win, Tennessee. Just good.
Good natty, boys.
Yeah,
Chris is all
good,
in.
good Natty.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
What have
Talk
you
shit
been?
on Twitter yet?
What have you
What?
been
Oh
doing?
yeah. This.
Okay.
Have fun. Yeah, talked with the boys last night. And yeah, just talking shit on Twitter. It's always fun. And then it's just going a little college baseball tangent, I guess you could say. It's poetic seeing people still call Tony Vitello classless and just like a jackass and stuff. And then you get the Texas A&M coach, not even 24 hours after losing by a run in the College World Series, after he said, "I left my family to be at A&M. I came here to never take another job." He looked in the fans' faces and said that. He looked in his players' faces and said that. Immediately leaves for Texas.
What? That happened?
Oh yeah,
What?
about 5 hours I think after Wheels touchdown back in College Station. He's like, "Hey, fuck you guys. I'm heading to Austin."
That?
Yeah, I heard that was probably going to happen. It
So
was either
that is
with him or Vitello. Like
well,
they were
Vitello
like,
is
yeah,
yeah. No, the fact I saw the Texas AD flew to Omaha, and I was like, I don't see either coach leaving, honestly. And then when that was especially the whole post game thing where he like laid into a reporter, it was like it was pretty selfish of you to ask that question.
Yeah,
And
I
then
saw
he's
that
like,
clip.
but I'm gonna take the job. And, like, you want to call Vitello a jerk because he yells at umps and has fun coaching baseball? Have at it. What that guy did is a legitimate scumbag move.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, he that not even a full 24 hour. That's crazy.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Game ended what like 11 o'clock last night. It's I think it was announced like an hour or so ago. So yeah, not even 24 hours, and he hightails it out of there to a like right down the road. It's not like it's out of conference or anything. It's same state, same conference. You'll play at least once next year.
I mean, now that Texas is going to be in the SEC.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I want there to be an all-out brawl when they play next year. It's gonna be awesome.
that'd be that'd be crazy. Um, well, congratulations, Chris. Um, hockey's
Thank you.
over, college baseball is over, NBA's
sports are
over.
over.
Sports are pretty
Sports
much
are
over.
over.
Now we're getting into the dog days now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Um, maybe we should have thought about what else we're going to talk. I mean, we have our props that we're going to give out, but that'll probably be
Okay,
later on.
I have a couple of questions about Game 7 and just the final in general. You mentioned that whole line was out there for like the last 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Like, that's so stupid. Like, I know they're far and away your five best players, but give them like a minute out of the last however long. Give them like a second, because I didn't watch much of the game, but when I did flip over, there was probably like 6 or so minutes left, and it was right before they pulled the goalie. Whoever the commentator is, he said like they've been out here for like 5 minutes now, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I've ever seen NHL players move that slow.
Yeah, like
Like
literally when
all of them were just like Bambi out there. Like, and I was like, damn, like this is not smart.
yeah, like Ekholm, like a minute or two left in the game and they pulled the goalie. They had the puck in their end. Skinner goes out and Ekholm gets the puck and he tries to like shoot it up ice to a forward, and it is just the most piss poor pass I've ever seen. It goes right to someone else, and he didn't score on the empty net, but it literally went right to him.
Yeah.
It was just, dude, he's just a man. He's just a man. And so it was a weird year for the Oilers. It was a hopeful year. Um, that being said, I mean, I'm still going to bet on the Oilers to win the cup next year. I think I might put more on it.
Are you just going to do it until they either win one or McDavid leaves?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. That's the plan. And I'm going to make some money because he's going to win one. He has to.
If it gets to a point where it's like, I guess you could argue we're almost to that point where it's like, okay, come on, like it has to happen. They'll rig it for him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they just need a goalie, and if they had a
Oh,
goalie,
I know.
they probably would have stolen one of those first 3 games, and it would have been a different series. But
But if he goes like 4 more years ish without winning one, and they find themselves back in the final, there'll be some questionable calls go in their favor. I imagine, just be like, we have to get our biggest star one of these things.
yeah, and like him getting the Conn Smythe, it's like obviously he wasn't gonna be out there, and I'm pretty happy that I haven't heard anything of like Connor McDavid should be a better leader and been out there to accept the Conn Smythe. Fuck that.
No, that would have been horse shit.
You literally like skated until you probably puked, and you won the MVP. You didn't win the big one, kid. Nobody cares.
I wanted to ask you about that because I know the Conn Smythe is the playoffs in general, correct? It's not like the final series.
Correct.
Is there like I know there's some controversy because they didn't win the cup, but do you think that was the correct call to give it to him?
I do. He broke a Wayne Gretzky record.
That's true.
He had back-to-back games with 4 points each, and it was just like, this is crazy. And like, even if you just compare him to like anyone on Florida's team, like, yeah, Bob played pretty well, like all in all, in the playoffs, but like they almost got reverse swept. Like they almost lost. They were 1 goal away from going to OT.
Yeah.
Like, and like they had 3 other chances to close it out. And so it's just like you can't really give it to him, and like their team is more deep and less more like star power. Like Barkov, I think he had like 20 something points, but like McDavid had like 38 or something. And so it's like at that point, it's like, well, I mean, you have to give it to McDavid.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like they are a very deep team, so you can't really pick out one guy. So yeah, it's like you give it to like Barkov or Kachuk. It's like, well, they didn't really do anything. So like Barkov was obviously huge, but a lot of the stuff he did was like defense and like playing McDavid, like being in a McDavid shorts. So it's like you can't really. It's like when they gave the NBA Finals MVP to Andre Iguodala in what year was that? Wait, 16? When for his lockdown defense when he held LeBron to like 35, 10, and 12 for the entire series. It's like it's because Steph and Clay didn't really do much, and everyone in Cleveland was hurt. So it's like we got to give it to someone. Andre Iguodala here. So it's like if they would have given it to Barkov, we'd be like, but the other guy who yes, lost, was far and away the best player.
Mm-hmm. He's
So,
like the 6th player to win it on the losing team, which is bananas. And Wayne Gretzky never did that.
damn straight.
Just saying. I mean, that's pretty much.
Did he ever lose when he was in the cup final?
Yes.
Did he ever lose a cup final?
Oh, his
Yes.
not rookie, but the first time they played for a cup against the Islanders, wasn't it?
Yeah, he tells a story about how they lost to the. I think it was like the Islanders' last of their four-peat.
Yeah.
And they won the cup, and then Wayne Gretzky's like walking the hall, being all sad and shit, and then he's like, then he passes their locker room, and they're not celebrating because they all have like played their bags off, and like they're just like super wrecked and tired.
And they were all like, I won't say all, but most, like if I remember, most of those guys, especially the core, were not young men.
No.
Like, so just a bunch of like old dudes like sitting around drinking like Miller Lights.
Yeah.
Which is legendary.
Yeah. And then he tells that story, and then he's like, that's what it takes to win the Stanley Cup. And then he won it the next year. And then the next year. And then the next year. And then that was it.
And then never again, but yeah.
Yeah. But, so I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess, for hockey. I mean, the Predators traded a 2nd-round pick today for a prospect. Seems like a good trade. I don't know.
With who? I missed that.
Detroit.
Okay.
I think I saw some rumors that like the Predators are trying to trade for Natchez in Carolina, which would be wild if that happened. They have a lot of bidders.
What?
They have a lot of bidders right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking like bitters, like in an old fashioned. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, is that a pun?
No.
BIDD.
I get it. What about what's his name from Toronto? Is that any steam there?
I heard literally last week it was like we're trying to sign Mitch Marner to an extension, and then I saw like yesterday that they're like, we have no interest in signing him to an extension, which means he wants like $12 million.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
do we want to give him $12 million?
I don't know who's going to give that to him. I don't know who would give that to him. If it's not Toronto,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think anyone's going to. Nobody's in that position.
Yeah.
No one's just prepared to hand over a $12 million like free agent sign thing. Nobody's prepared to do that. And so they're fucked. Oh well. Let's see. What else?
JJ Redick, new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes.
Yes. JJ Redick, also known as coaching his 4th grade daughter's basketball team. And what's his other coaching experience?
Oh, the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's it.
He has a podcast.
He does, with LeBron, and they never talked about it. Never.
Probably.
Fucking stupid.
No, they said it. Like, they never talked about it. So,
I mean, they didn't talk about it.
So they didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And you know what? JJ Redick doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see that? His press conference? They're like, what do you think about, like, in general, like, what do you think about your whole situation, more or less, is what the question was. It's like, I mean, I know what people are saying about me. I don't give a fuck. Like, okay.
Okay.
It's a bold stance to take, I guess.
I mean, it just kind of looks like Lakers just threw a bag at him, and he was like, I mean, Why wouldn't I take this?
He is the most likely candidate to be controlled, if that makes sense. Like, he will do whatever the front office says to do. He's not really gonna make any
I'm gonna
big
push back on
decisions.
that.
Yeah, I agree with that. He seems like I agree with Will, I should say. He seems like kind of like a psychopath, if I'm being honest.
Yes, a low key psycho.
Yeah. Like,
It feels like, all right, I'm gonna paint this picture. It feels like the Lakers are going to be ass for like the first 40-ish games, and then JJ Redick is gonna have maybe a public meltdown. I don't want to say he's mentally weak like that, because he did take a lot of shit at Duke, and I mean, that kind of followed him the rest of his career. He wasn't the player in the NBA that he was at Duke. He wasn't, a fucking asshole. Um, I heard he's a great guy. Um, but it's I don't know. I don't want to say he's mentally weak and is going to have a public breakdown, but I can definitely see him yelling at some reporters. I can see that.
I think a lot of people are going to get yelled at. And
Yeah.
it's not like I like you said, I don't think he's mentally weak. I think he is just crazy.
What
Yes.
does
I think
I'm sorry,
he
I
is
don't
very low key, just like under the radar, just crazy. Like, who picks fights with Stephen A. like daily on First Take? Nobody. And he seemed like he looked forward to that. Like, every day
Yeah.
he'd go like, all right, I get to go to war with Stephen A. on his own show. Like, nobody does that. Nobody's crazy enough to do that.
He's
He
like
did
doing
it.
stretches. He's like, he's
Yeah.
gonna get it today.
It looked like, yeah, like he woke up and was like, let's fucking go, Stephen A. Like, he made that like his mission. And he does.
Stephen A wasn't a professional basketball player.
No, and Stephen A. Is very entertaining. I don't think he knows a whole lot about sports, at least at the current this moment, like what's going on. I do think JJ Redick's a very good basketball mind. I think it's going to take a while for that to translate, though. It
Yes.
could be 40 games. It could be a whole season, especially with how Hollywood, that no pun intended because they're in Los Angeles, but that team is just very flashy. It's very Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So it might take a while, and I think it's dumb to take that job, honestly, because LeBron's out in 2 years max. You don't know what the hell AD is going to do. I mean, you kind of just got to be in it for the long haul, and I guess he
collect
is.
the check.
Yeah, unless he's like, let me show up, get a bag for a couple years, and go back to podcasting.
Yeah. Just show up and try, but also get the bag.
He'll try, but yeah,
Yeah.
that could be an ulterior. I mean, it's got to be in the back of his mind. It's like, I'm still gonna make a shit ton of money, and if this doesn't work out, I can just go back and have my podcast.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, a lot of active players have podcasts. Maybe he'll keep it going through the season. That would be a true psycho move.
Yeah.
It's like, what, in my off time from talking about basketball, let's break down some basketball.
Wife and kids, never heard of him.
Is he married?
Pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure. I'm just gonna guess.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. But I can see he's not like a Danny Hurley psychopath where it's like very open. It's like, oh, this guy's actually like mentally insane. But I can see that maybe coming out a little bit, especially when things inevitably go south, pretty much right out the gate, most likely.
I'm getting a couple of vibes that are telling me that he has some mental warfare lines just in the chamber for someone, for be it a player, a coach, a reporter, an opposing coach, a ref, anyone. It's in the chamber, locked and loaded.
Yeah.
I feel like he's mentally ready, kind of in that sort of realm.
So he's ready to talk to reporters and yell at them.
Yes.
So that makes him a good coach for the NBA.
I don't think that makes him a good coach.
Well, that's what I was like talking about at the beginning. I'm like, I feel like he's just gonna follow whatever LeBron wants to do or whatever the front office really wants him to do. Like that's like I feel like he's the most controlled person that they could have gotten. That's what I was talking about. I mean, like, you're fucking right. Like, he is a psychopath. He will yell at reporters. He will go batshit crazy on the court. But like, is this really like the best move the Lakers could have made? Like for a actual coach?
I mean, unless like I get
Who's
what you're
out there
saying.
right now?
I mean, the dude, the Bucks fired in the middle of the
I
season.
mean, surely more than just some guy who coached some fourth grade girls basketball team.
And he has a podcast.
Okay, great. So we have a podcast. Should we
Let's
go coach the Lakers?
Yeah.
3 for the money. JJ
No.
handshake.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
No, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
I see. That's what I was saying with like LeBron. It's like he's either in it for the long haul, and be like, I'll wait out this whole LeBron shit, and then once LeBron leaves and I can actually control the team, I'll be able to do this. Or he's like, yeah, let's just see what happens. Maybe him and LeBron are friends, and they'll actually listen to each other. I mean, they had a podcast together, so who knows? But I do think it is I mean, he's getting a shit ton of money, so you can't really call it stupid. I think it's a questionable decision, really, for anybody to go coach that team because it doesn't seem fun.
I really don't. I really don't think it's that questionable for JJ. I think it's questionable for every other person in the Lakers organization. Like JJ Redick was probably like, "Oh, yeah, I'll do this. No problem." Like it was probably that casual. Like to sign a multi-million-dollar year or deal. Like
another thing that goes into it is they're the Lakers. They need to get someone like when you're that big of a brand, just going out and hiring some like assistant, like the Warriors assistant just got hired by the Cavs. Like that's a Cavs move. You try to find like the next guy. When you're the Lakers, you're like, we need a name, and then we'll let the players do whatever.
Yeah, that's a good
smart.
point.
It's not smart, but because I felt like they kind of tried to do that with Darvin Ham, I believe that was his name, and that guy was a bozo. So I think now there's like, you know what? We tried to find the new like the next coach. That didn't work. Let's just get a name. Maybe it sucks. Then when LeBron leaves in 2 years, we blow it up and try it all again.
all right. Well, let's message the group, specifically one guy in our group.
Yes.
And I'll do it.
Okay.
But we'll be back.
All right. Well, moving on. While we wait for Mr. B's response about JJ Redick being a bozo or not, we will the resident Laker fan will give his take here shortly, hopefully. Moving on. It is another week of 3 for the money, which means another week of an NFL future. This week we have a QB future. Who wants to go first?
You.
Me? Okay. I'm going first. My my NFL QB future for this upcoming season is Joe Burrow over 39.75.5 passing yards, minus 112. That's on I got that on FanDuel. Listen, they're going to take care of this T. Higgins dilemma. They have Jamar Chase on his what is it, the 5th year of his entry level, or what, I forgot what I was called.
He's on a franchise tag.
Right, yeah. He's on a franchise tag. That's what it is. They drafted this kid, I think his name's Jermaine Burton from Alabama. That guy was a fucking stud at Alabama.
Likes to hit women.
Oh yeah, he did do that,
Yeah.
which means he's probably going to be pretty good in the NFL
I
if
mean, if
we've
we're
learned
going
anything.
by previous history, yeah, probably.
Yeah. They signed Mike Gesicki in the offseason.
Boy.
I forgot about that.
He has like a couple of like really good games in the season. Only a couple though. And they signed Zach Moss, who is he's okay. He's okay. Um, they signed, I think it was Trent
He
Brown from the Patriots to play tackle. Um, Shored up the offensive line. Um, and so Burrow's got all the weapons. They upgraded the O line, and the only time he has been under 4,000 passing yards is when he's been injured. Every other time, like I think it's like 4,200, 4,100. Like he is going to pass for over 4,000 yards. With this amount of firepower, like it is going to happen. And so that's my pick.
I love it
Yeah.
because I have the Bengals to win the AFC North, so I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they signed Zach Moss. They played together in college, so that could be fun.
That could be fun.
If
Also,
if he actually gets like some meaningful like time, like as like backup tight end, betting him anytime touchdown when they play on prime time might be fun.
could be fun. Also, another thing, if we're going by trends, so Joe Burrow plays a full season, then he gets hurt. Then he plays a full season, goes off, then he gets hurt. He was hurt last year, which means he's going to go off this year.
I
It's
agree.
science. Chris, what is your pick?
All right, we're gonna stay in the same division, the AFC North. We're going with Deshaun Watson under 3,350 and a half passing yards. The guy's been in Cleveland for 2 years. He has played 12 games total, whether it be injury or an alleged sexual predator. Is he really gonna like? Is this the year? And how old is he now? 30 something? Is he 30? I think he's 30. Is like his age 30 season going to be when he actually plays a full season for the first time in 3 years? I don't think so. And also, even if he does, let's say he does, like he doesn't get hurt, he stays healthy through the whole season. He is coming off shoulder surgery. They do have Nick Chubb, who is coming off an injury of his own, but it was much earlier in the year. He should be good to go, full throttle. And also that Mike, I think his name was Mike, something Ford, the backup they got is a stud. So I think good, very good running game. He's coming off. He's older. He's coming off shoulder surgery. Even if he stays healthy, I don't think he gets this number. And I don't think he'll stay healthy. I think he'll play max 13 games, max. So yeah, give me under 3,350 and a half receiving yards or passing yards, minus 120 on BetMGM.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Deshaun Watson will be 29 once the
29,
season starts.
excuse me. But still, he hasn't played a full year in 3 seasons. So
I get it. I just wanted you to know that.
I thought he
he
was
will
30,
be below. He will be below 30.
Okay. When I said that, I was like, I'm not 100% sure that's accurate. I hope he's not like 27. But I still love it. I just don't think he's going to play a whole lot. So under.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, I think it's really funny that y'all picked 2 quarterbacks from the AFC North, because I also picked a quarterback from the AFC North, and that quarterback being Russell Wilson, who now plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. This might be a shock to you guys, but I am taking Russell Wilson over 27 or 2,750 and a half yards for the season.
I mean,
It is a little shock.
It's a little shock. I will explain. Russ has a surprisingly remarkable track record of passing over 3,000 yards. He has done it 12 consecutive seasons. He has, yeah,
even that first year in Denver.
yeah.
I mean, that's got to be every year.
Yeah, that's what consecutive means.
No, I mean that's got to be every year he's been in the league.
Oh, probably.
I mean, it's either that or damn near. That's surprising. Honestly, I knew last year he was better, but even if you had told me he didn't get to 3,000, I wouldn't have been stunned. And I am surprised he got it in that first year.
Well, yeah, he made his debut in 2012. It has been 12 years. So, yep, every season he's been in the league, he has passed for over 3,000 yards. He has avoided significant injuries that would sideline him for extended periods. His ability to stay healthy is, it complements his consistency for this yardage. That doesn't mean he's the best player, but he will get to that 3K eventually. Historically, this line does not really make sense, but I kind of get it. Being on a new team, completely new conference, new division. I think analytically, he's getting over 3K. Like over under of 2,750 yards. That's well below his career averages.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
I still think he's real cringy and overrated as a veteran quarterback, but these numbies don't lie. So book it.
Do you worry at all about Justin Fields just being right over his shoulder, waiting for him to fuck
up? A little bit, but okay. I think Tomlin knows that, let Russ cook for as long as he can.
Yeah.
And then I think Fields should be a backup until he's absolutely ready.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I was surprised to hear you say over until you said it was 2750 or whatever. I'm very surprised it's that low.
Yeah. So that's my.
I like at that number. I like it.
Yeah, minus 110 on DraftKings.
Who are their receivers? Is Pickens? Do they still have?
They got someone. Shit, who's it? Hold on.
Who's their running back?
Van Jefferson, Roman Wilson.
Yeah. And then the running backs are Najee and
Jalen.
Oh yeah.
And Cordell Patterson.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I? Oh, Arthur Smith is the OC, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is.
Is he not the head? Did he get fired?
With the Falcons?
Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure
he got fired.
I know he got fired, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Arthur Smith is the OC. Okay. Well.
All right.
Well, Arthur Smith is a great OC.
Yeah, he is a great. He is a great OC.
That is a fact. He is a god awful head coach, but he is a great OC.
Hey, know your role, especially if you're good at it.
Did you know Desmond Ridder is in Arizona now?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know that. I found that out last week.
I got to be honest. Like whenever we're doing research for these picks, I'm like, dude, who the fuck is on these teams?
Yeah, sometimes
I'm like, Mike Gesicki's on the Bengals?
I knew he left Miami, but I did forget. It's like I know all these guys have left. I just forget where they end up. I didn't know Desmond Ridder had left. That's hilarious. It was like 2 seasons. Like, fucking kick rocks, pal.
Yeah. Well, think of it this way. Whenever you're doing research for these picks, you're really you're doing more good for your fantasy draft later down the road because you're like, oh yeah, this guy's on this team now.
Very true. Very true.
I know
the
you love
guys on
some
the teams.
fantasy. I know you love some fantasy, so
I do. It hurts me physically and mentally, but I
So
do
does
enjoy it.
gambling. But
Yeah.
we love football season so much, but we are just in a mental torture chamber for the entire season.
that's what I was trying to say at the beginning of the pod.
I
You
knew
sound like you're gonna quit. Is this whole retirement thing gonna last into football season?
we're not there yet. We're not like football season is different.
I know, but I'm just saying it's like this is it was started as a football gambling show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You better not quit gambling on football.
Well, no, I didn't say anything about quitting
I know.
gambling.
I'm just saying.
I said I hate gambling.
Everyone does.
It didn't say I was going to quit.
Everyone hates it until you get that one. Like, that's why we fucking do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everyone says that until Denver wins the Frozen Four. And then gambling's your best friend. Anyway, sorry.
Well said.
You're right.
Just reminiscing there. Man. There's that good side of gambling when you win.
I believe it was Stu Feiner says, like, you're gonna lose. Like, you will. But when you win, it feels like your cock is made of concrete.
Yes.
And I remember that I heard that and I was like, I've never heard gambling summarized in a more beautiful, poetic way.
Yes. The beautiful words by Stuart Feiner. Legend. What else do we have? What else is going on in sports?
Oh, there's one thing I wanted to bring up. Speaking of the Tennessee Volunteers being national champions, did y'all watch the game at all? I know, Sean, you were at the bar.
Yeah. I kept up with the score and I was watching it before the hockey game.
Okay. The cameramen, they were pretty horny last night.
Yeah, they were.
Like, I know that's kind of like the job is to find the hot girls. Like, let's not kid ourselves. That's just how it goes. But there were a couple where it was like you're not even trying to hide it. Like when they show those two Texas A&M fans who are attractive younger females just licking ice cream for like an extended period of time, and Carl Rowd was like, well, you got to eat it fast before it melts. I was like, all right.
When I was at the bar, they didn't have like the sound on. They were just like playing music. So I was just like literally watching two girls just like lick ice cream for like 5 seconds. And I was like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing right now?
Yeah, it happened. And I was like, I thought about like texting the guys and being like, yo, y'all see this? But I didn't want to feel like the horny one, but I was like,
they got to eat it fast before it melts.
I guess, but and then there was another shot later in the game. I think it was in the 7th or the 8th. Whenever Tennessee, I think they made it like 5-1 or 6, whatever, 6-1. It was right after Tennessee scored. They're doing the whole like show the crowd, and they show these two female Tennessee fans like jumping up and down, like, "Yeah, we scored." And one of them happened to be particularly well endowed up top, and man, them things were thangin'. It was something.
All right.
So
Yeah, dude,
it's
Cameraman shenanigans.
Well, like you can't really like the way that like broadcasts work is like, there's a like a director like in the truck or whatever that's like, okay, cut. They're like cut camera 1 to camera 4 or cut camera 4 to camera 6 or whatever. So like that like director or whatever they're called was just like, all right, cut to camera 2,
Yes.
and it was like,
Ice cream.
like, I just imagine like it was like someone else in the truck. It's like, do you want to cut somewhere else? Like, and he's just
Hold.
like, and he's just like, no, not yet.
Hold it.
Like, that's what it
See,
felt
that's-
like.
That and I know there's like a whole production team and a director and everything, but I wonder if it was the director being like, "Hey, look at this shot right here," or if he just tells the cameraman like, "Hey, just we know what sells this thing. Let's find some hot like 20 somethings and like see what happens."
Only the people that go to these schools watch this.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
that's another thing you have to think about is like the target demographic for this was those 20-something-year-old dudes.
Oh yeah. Oh, like I'm not saying they know their audience, and
Yeah.
this isn't like anything new. Like I mean, that happens in football season with the SEC and really all of college football, but it feels like the SEC more all the time. But it's just two overt examples of like, dude. I haven't seen anything like it in a single game in quite some time.
When Florida won the cup, I was like, yeah, there could be some titties on the glass here. It's Miami, Florida. This could happen.
It's kind of a shame there wasn't, honestly.
It happened in Vegas. Why not Miami?
Did you all see? I think it was it this NBA season or the last one? I forget. It was a Warriors game. I think it was just like a whatever game. I think it was the regular season. Some lady, it wasn't right at courtside, but like a few rows back, was flashing her tits. It was like right in the background of this picture of Steph Curry, but she was flashing, and there's this dude who's it's like a dad with like his kids, and it's like she's right here, and he's just like, what?
Yeah, and that lady turned out to be a lady of the night.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
A hooker.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Slut.
Hey,
Hey.
easy.
We don't shame professions.
It's the
I just
world's
said slut.
oldest. It's the world's oldest profession.
That's what the library says.
I'm glad you go there.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Why did I say that? Why did my brain come up with that? That was so
It was-
stupid.
It was pretty lame. That's what the library said. Will with his
Fucking
library
nerd.
card going down there, like, I can't wait to read some books.
What do you read?
Nerd.
Ugh. Gross, dude. You fucking read?
People ask me what my favorite book is. I say DraftKings. Get the fuck out of here with your books.
All right. Okay, what else do we talk about before I say something, another stupid thing?
I mean,
What?
what are we going to talk about now that we just got baseball going on?
I mean, we'll probably have like a couple of different
I know we. Oh, sorry.
topics of like sports movies. I don't know, maybe like athletes, cameos things, maybe, I don't know, favorite sports adjacent things. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Maybe something like that.
LeBron is actually great in Trainwreck. If you haven't seen it,
Yeah, things like that.
he actually is like really good.
Yeah, he is.
He
Good.
is really good in that movie. Oh fuck, dude, Chris, that was so fucking funny. Fucking dying.
Just saying.
My favorite book is DraftKings.
my dad's gonna love
Uh,
that.
Does your dad watch the show?
Every now and then, I think.
My mom watches the show.
Shout out Mrs. Pete, Miss Pete.
is there anything you want to say to your mom?
Not right now.
What are we doing?
Okay.
I'd like to apologize to my mother for the really bad joke I just did. It wasn't really even a joke. It was just something stupid to say. I feel bad. I'm gonna take this and try to learn from it. All right. All right. Well, at least Sean's laughing.
Well,
I was trying.
as long as you
think.
learn from your mistakes, it's okay.
God, why did I think that was a good idea?
I really don't know.
What is wrong with me? Must be really tired. I don't know. I mean, that is it. I think that's it.
Hold on. No.
This is
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other like things going on the internet
yeah, in internet land.
that pertain to sports. The Oilers lady signed with Playboy.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Well, like it's
Get
like
the bag.
it's like Playboy's like OnlyFans like type of deal. Like she's not gonna be in like magazines or whatever. Like it's like a subscription based like per person like type of deal. And
If you had told me, I would have been. Do they still have a magazine?
I don't know.
I had no idea. I just thought she was like in Playboy. I assumed it'd be some sort of online thing.
Hugh Hefner died at the correct time.
Wasn't he like 110?
Well, yeah, but like if he had to live in these like, you know, OnlyFans days, he'd be dead broke. You know? Like he'd be living on the street as 100-something-year-old.
That is true.
Unless he adapted with the times, then he probably would have only become more powerful.
Probably. Very true. But
come over here and milk me.
You know the famous thing 100-year-olds do is adapt. So
old white dudes are great at adapting to their surroundings.
I mean, he made a fortune off sexualizing women.
Yeah.
Why not do it more in a different way?
Well said, Will.
Thank you. Yeah, I looked through like the ESPN app real quick. There's not really a lot going on. I mean, it's
No, we're in the dog days, man.
It's a lot of like a NBA draft talk. It's a little bit of hockey draft.
I saw one NBA draft mock had. I don't know if it was like a mock or if it was like a fan thing. It was like on Twitter. I don't even think it was from like an actual account, but like an ESPN account. But had Zach Edey going 9, I think, to the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
That's what. I thought we were done with all this bullshit. Like,
well,
I thought once like the NBA people looked at him and were like, oh, he's not really a very good basketball player. He's just freakishly tall. But no, yeah, I mean,
and he lays pipe.
What? Does Zach Edey lay pipe?
Yeah, dude. Have you not seen that video of him like at a party or something and some girl just like grabs him and like takes him into like the bedroom and he's just like, all right. Like,
no, I did not see that.
Trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, sorry. What I said was not wrong.
You weren't wrong. I mean, I assume he did it in that situation, but yeah, I just think Zach Edey going top 10 first round alone is stupid. Top 10 is foolish, and people will get fired. But I'm all here for it because till the day I die, I will say Zach Edey is not a good basketball player until I'm proven wrong.
Yeah.
So
Are we going to be able to bet on the Netflix live event of Kobayashi versus Chestnut?
I hope
has,
so.
Has
I would
anyone seen anything
assume.
about
I
that?
mean, I haven't seen anything about any news about it at all ever since it came out. But I mean, you can bet on the hot dog eating contest, like the Nathan's thing.
Yeah.
I would assume you can bet on the Kobayashi and Chestnut thing.
Well,
I don't see it.
next week is the next week when we record will be the 3rd. So it'll be the day before the 4th.
Yes.
The day before the main event.
Mhm.
We should look into that and get some picks for next week. Though, I mean,
The hot dog eating contest.
yeah.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
Chestnut's ain't in it.
Chestnut, he ain't in it.
No, I'm talking about the Kobayashi and Chestnut.
Oh, that's in like September.
Yeah.
What? It's not the 4th?
No, it's like Memorial Day or
What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
I thought it was the 4th.
No, it's like it's either Memorial Day or Labor Day, whichever one is in September.
The 4th is ruined.
Oh yeah, this
ruined.
is what Nathan's has done to us. It's like I don't even care. I'll watch that, whatever that guy's name is, Chug the Lemonade. But other than that,
Badlands Chugs.
yeah. Which I'm also still holding out my conspiracy belief that they'll let Chestnut back in.
I don't feel like they will. I mean, I feel like
I do feel like it would have happened by now. But as closer we get, I feel like the more outrage will start to ramp up again. And
I feel like this whole deal with Netflix kind of put all that like to the side. It's like there's no way.
I mean, if they are like, "Hey, Joey, come back, we'll give you more money." I mean, he could do both. Why can't he do both?
I don't know why he can't do both.
Maybe he can't. I don't know what his contract looks like, but I would assume he could. But part of me is still holding out hope that our hero will return for the greatest holiday tradition of all time.
Yeah. I still like the idea of him doing it on the side, like out of like the ring.
Oh yeah, just like on a table, like behind like a barricade. Yeah.
Yeah, I still like that idea. I think he should do that out of spite.
Seriously.
Just have like 90 dogs just ready to go.
Just shatter his record, like not even close. And like these losers up here eating like 60 or some bullshit. And he throws back like 85. That'd be awesome.
Well,
what if a new star arises?
I mean, I guess that is possible, but like I feel like I'd hate him.
He's not a real star until he plays with the big boys.
Exactly. Like, be the man, you got to beat the man. And whoever wins this one will have an asterisk.
True.
I don't think that is not I think that is the tamest take I've ever given.
I mean,
it's pretty tame.
It's almost a fact. It's just like, who cares? Like, the GOAT is not participating. Like, how can we possibly hold this to be legitimate?
Not only is he not participating, he was banned.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He was not allowed. Like,
he didn't like retire in his prime or anything. You know, he was like told, like, hey, man, fuck you for signing with vegan hot dogs, which is bananas. But still, like, he was told to fuck off. So, this is not a legitimate title. Whoever wins it. Sorry.
Absolutely.
I hope like 10 people are
there. Real quick, we're talking about NBA draft. It got me thinking, did the Natty raise Christian Moore's draft stock at all, you think?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be a very high draft pick. I honestly don't know how much higher it could have got because he had the Triple Crown in the SEC play, which is insane. And he wasn't even first team All-American, which the fuck are we doing? But I think it may have raised it a little, but honestly, I don't think it really had much higher to go.
Who is this?
Vols leadoff hitter Christian Moore.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it could have raised it because he did play amazing, but I just think it was already so high that it doesn't have much higher to go. Like I don't think it'll be a number 1 pick, but he's going to be up there.
Another thing with the Vols, Kirby Connell.
Yeah,
is that his name?
Yeah.
Elite, just presence. Just look is 10 out of 10, pitching 10 out of 10. I saw Antonio Brown tweeted last night after they won. He was like, is this not that cracker that sings Tennessee whiskey? Like, like.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, I mean, that's going to, like, him leaving. I mean, he's been there for ages. It sucks. But, yeah, 10, like you said, 10 out of 10 pitcher, like, just locker room guy. I wish they would have kept him in to close it out. But he had been lights out in Omaha, so it could have got a little, which it got a little dicey anyway. But I wish they would have left him in just to finish it. Like, this is your time. Like, you've been here for like 10 years. Like, he was here before anyone gave a shit about Tennessee baseball. So it would have been cool to see him close it out. But he got his moment. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's
I wanted to give a shout out to him because
big shout out to Kirby.
That guy's mustache is absolutely diabolical.
Mm-hmm.
That has been the term I've used to describe that mustache. I've had a mustache like that before. It is so difficult to style it like that. It's fucking crazy.
And it was like 100 degrees in Omaha too, and that stayed. Incredible.
He must have had some impressive wax.
Beeswax or Elmer's glue. That's all it takes is just curl it up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, enough talking about male facial hair. Let's say we get out of here.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll talk about women hair whenever we're off the
Will,
air.
you were doing so well.
Next week.
You were doing so well.
No, I wasn't.
After you recovered, and then
you hadn't said anything stupid in like 5 minutes. You're doing so well.
Chris laughed.
I'm just kidding.
Chris thought it was
Obviously,
funny.
I'm just kidding. It was funny, but like, just come out and say it like that. It's like, okay, like.
Time to get off the air and talk about ladies.
Trying to run a show here, not some porn podcast. I don't know.
All right. I think
couldn't think of an analogy, so. Will reconcile, please.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening and watching. We really, really appreciate it. Check out the Trendscenter app. It is absolute money. Betting on the MLB. Fantastic tool. Uses trends and science to guide us to the correct pick. Trending upward. Again, thank you so much. Any way you interact with this really helps us out. We'll catch you later. We'll see you next time. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money. Woo!
Go Vols.
Well, just gonna leave it at that. You should do that again. See that? Yeah, your last shot of the podcast.